Hi everyone, today our group will be discussing sensationalism in broadcasting and why we believe it is not always a negative thing. When we hear the word sensationalism, we often think of exaggeration or unnecessary drama. But in today's media environment, sensationalism actually plays an important role in helping important information reach the public. What is sensationalism broadcasting? So what exactly is sensationalism in broadcasting? Sensationalism refers to the use of dramatic headlines, emotional language, strong visuals and urgent tone to attract audience attention. Broadcasters use it to make news stand out in a highly competitive media landscape. In reality, audiences are exposed to hundreds, even sometimes thousands of news stories every single day. If news is delivered in a very neutral or flat way, many people will simply scroll past it. That is where sensationalism becomes a strategic communication tool.
People are simple. We only start to care about a serious problem if it feels urgent or if it happened to us. This is why sensationalism can be a helpful tool. It takes difficult or important issue and it makes it feel immediate and important right now. Sensationalism does this by showing the dramatic, emotional, or very human side of the problem. This strong feeling is important because it stops people from just ignoring the news. It creates a necessary feeling of urgency in the minds of the public. This feeling of we must act now is the main power of a sensationalism. It quickly moves people from just knowing about a problem to actually doing something about it. So the easy way to say it is sensationalism can be the push that society needs to act fast when help is needed.
In today's world, people see too much content every day. Many people feel bored or do not care. Sensationalism is one way to get their attention. Strong emotions like anger, fear or sadness can make people react fast. When people feel some things, they are more likely to take actions. So, emotions leads to actions. If an issue is important, it must be impossible to ignore. Sensational news use emotion story to strong image to push people to care. This kind of reports can make the public talk, share and demand change. Because of this, sensationalism is an effective call to actions. It helps important issue reach the government and be taken seriously.
Now, let's talk about the real situation of sensationalism in broadcasting. As you can see, audiences are usually drawn to dramatic and emotional stories rather than plain report. With social media constantly competing for attention, broadcasters must present content in an engaging way. For example, in Melody, one of the biggest broadcasting social media in Malaysia, they often use headlines such as kontroversi panas artis terkenal, or rahsia rumah tangga terbongkar, or isu sensasi gegarkan dunia hiburan. All of these headlines attract viewers and boost ratings. This sensational approach allows broadcasters to compete with online platforms and other channels, ensuring their survival in a highly competitive media industry.
In a media environment where audiences are constantly bombarded with information, sensationalism helps broadcasters cut through public apathy by using emotional storytelling, dramatic visual, and urgent framing. Sensationalism ensures important issues capture attention, generate engagement, and lead to action. The impact of sensationalism in broadcasting can be clearly seen through by the following example. Number 1 is increases public attention. Sensationalism attracts immediate attention through bold headlines and striking visual. For example, a news report titled "Toxic Air Choking Our Children" with images of smoke-covered school is more likely to grab public attention than a neutral headline that air quality levels decline. Number 2 is drive audience engagement. Emotional framing encourages viewers to react, comment and share the news. For example, a dramatic documentary on animal abuse using emotional narration and close-out visuals often goes viral on social media, sparking public discussion and online campaigns. Number 3, encourage social and political action when issues are presented with urgency. Public pressure increases, forcing authorities to respond. For example, sensational coverage of flash floods showing victims stranded on rooftop can push the government to announce immediate disaster relief and long-term flood prevention measures. Number 4 is improved message retention. Emotionally charged stories are easier to remember than plain factual report. For example, viewers are more likely to remember a crime prevention message delivered through a dramatic reenactment than through a simple statistic-based news report.
Sensationalism itself isn't a bad thing, the problem is how it's used. In today's media environment, people are exposed to too much information. So sensationalism helps important issues get attention, but it must be used responsibly. Broadcasters can use emotion and strong visuals as long as the facts are accurate. Sensationalism should also focus on issues, not individuals. Instead of attacking people, the media should highlight real problems like public safety or environmental issues. This creates impact without causing harm. At the same time, sensational stories should offer solutions. After grabbing attention, the media should show what actions are being taken and how the public can respond. So, this turns attention into action. Lastly, audience need basic media literacy. When viewers understand how sensationalism works, they can stay engaged while still thinking critically. In conclusion, sensationalism in broadcasting is not the enemy. When used responsibly, it helps break public apathy and encourage real change.